Gotta learn to be grateful for the journey. That's my only thought today. I'm on lunch break looking at all this work I have to do, sitting at my desk. And the biggest thing that's going on with me right now is that I'm just frustrated. Like, we moved here to get into real estate and start doing some flips, and it hasn't gone the way I would imagine should go. But I mean, obviously, nothing ever goes as planned, and it's been very difficult just mentally keeping up with everything we got going on. Baby girl's gonna be born next month, and you know, in my mind, we should be knee deep in whatever that first flip is, like a month and a half in right now, right? And we're just not, like, we're just not there. And that is extremely frustrating because I want nothing more than to make that new business work and have other things that I want to do with that money. And obviously, got to pay bills, so I have to keep working. And in between that, I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm trying to run again. I'm trying to make sure I work out. And it pretty much never, not a single day has gone in the last couple of weeks, not a single day has gone the way I have wanted it to go. And that's not to say I haven't had good days. I have. Um, but man, even my best efforts have not really been good enough. And it just tells me I gotta step it up a bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to myself. Like, I haven't done everything that I can. But I thought I had dialed in enough to continue to push the needle forward in terms of, working this job and finding a property and helping with other stuff. And it just feels like I have woefully misinterpreted how much more locked in I need to be to get all the things done that I want to get done. And that just means I got to recalibrate. So I have to start appreciating the fact that A, I got work to do still, and that's just a part of it. And B, it could be so much worse. Like, I try to remind myself that. I was talking to a friend of mine um, last week, and he kind of reminded me of this. Of, even if we're not exactly where I want to be, and I've got goals and aspirations past today, that is not a damning of what I've done so far. Um, my wife is home with our kid, soon to be two children, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, knowing that someone is teaching her every day that I trust, that is invested at a level that I don't think anybody else could be. That's something to be proud of. Being able to support the family, in the way that I'm supporting it, even if it's not where I want it to be, that's something to be proud of. The fact that I have put on weight in the last few months and muscle, and I've bit the bullet yesterday and did my first run in years. That's something to be proud of. It's not where I want it to be, and there's not going to be anyone who's going to be harder on me than me. I know that, but I have to be able to appreciate the reality that this is not an easy thing that I'm trying to do. And if it was, a lot more people would be doing it. And what comes with that is stress. It's just the reality of it. So I have to, again, like I said, recalibrate. I gotta let some things go. I have to structure my days better. And that's part of this journey of learning how to lead and get things done that, aren't happening. I have to be better than I am today if I want better results. It's just the reality of the situation. Now, some days that reality is harder to deal with than others. And I only say that, and like, I'm trying to be transparent about that because I think some people will look at others online and like think they got their shit together, and the reality is, like, yeah, but the they might have their shit together to an extent, but the difference between you and them really is just that they kept going a lot of times. And they didn't quit when shit gets hard. And, you know, quite honestly, I expect the next the next 3 months to probably be even harder than the last couple. When that baby comes, I, 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 I don't even have a good mental map right now of what that's going to even look like, because it's going to require I sleep less. It's going to require I help out, around the house more, because just physically my wife's not going to be able to do it while I'm working. Like, I'm not going to take weeks and weeks off because I can't afford, like, could I afford to just burn through savings? Sure, but like that's not the best use of funds, right? So like I have to make sure that those things don't fall apart just because other things are hard. And I'm just realizing that up to this point, I've done an okay job doing what needs to be done so that everything can just stay running. But I haven't pushed forward as much as I probably should. So yeah, man, it's been a long couple of weeks, and it hit me today because today's Monday, and for me, and I'm a reporting analyst. I've said that on this channel before, and uh, today's shit just all hitting the fan at once. And in terms of just, people have questions about a number of things, and I'm trying to get that stuff answered while doing my normal reporting stuff, while trying to develop other reporting things, while trying to make things easier for whoever's going to be taking over for me when I eventually, do go on a paternity leave, when I do, when I'm off for whatever that time period is, because I don't want things to just fall apart. I do care about what I'm doing. Um, and that's hard. So it is what it is. But anyway, I just wanted to rant. That's the only reason I got on here today. It's just a rant, and just to remind myself, listen, this is one step of many. You signed up for this, so it's just gonna be hard, and just gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, "Yep, today's gonna be a rough day, but I have to keep doing what I said I was gonna do, because if I don't, my lights went on. Because if I don't, then this was all for nothing. So I got to keep trying, and I'm going to. I don't intend to fail, and all I can do is do what's in front of me, and then plan better for tomorrow and the next day, the next day. So that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, thanks for listening to me yap. I'll talk to y'all later.